Well, I was teaching at the University of Washington as a visitor in 1990, and simultaneously the Arts Council, who I was not particularly aware of, had received a matching fund grant to sponsor a competition for some public art under the Aurora Bridge. The call went out for artists, and the way it was structured was that the winner would be picked by public vote, but that the finalists would be picked by a jury of artists and activists from Fremont. And one of the jurors was a former architecture student at UW, and she suggested that I enter the competition. And I went over and took a look and got a quick vision of what we might do and recruited a couple of students, and indeed we did enter. In the first round of jury selections, we were not picked in the top three. The top three were supposed to be the ones that were forwarded to the public. We got a phone call saying that it was a good idea and we could enter if we wanted to, and we said, sure, we'll enter. The original idea for the troll was to be built out of wood frame and covered with bark, and I think it would have been torched if given what's happened under the bridge there and the abuse that this one takes. And I think that was one of the concerns, and they said, can you make it fireproof? And I had known about ferro-cement construction, and I thought, this is perfect, that's the way they build the rocks at the zoo. And in fact, Stephanie Snyder, who builds the rocks at the Woodland Park Zoo, came on as a consultant and showed us how to do that.
I had worked on ferro-cement boats, so I knew that kind of construction. That's where you make a boat using a round bar frame and then put mesh over the top of it and then plaster it with concrete, just like the troll was done.
The model was built out of, I think, a drywall compound, cardboard, typical, you know, as architecture students, but good model makers. And the model is actually at Mohi. It's, if you're looking for it. Ross donated it to Mohi.
The Fremont Arts Council, which was sponsoring the competition, contacted us and said, we don't believe you can actually build that per that drawing. Do another image. So we did another image, and then they said, well, we don't like that one at all, so go back with the first one. And that's how the troll came to be. It went through the process, went through a community vote, and was selected.
We had also advertised that the top three finalists, after a jury went through the proposals, would get a stipend to build models. And then we would take those models and put them at the Fremont Fair and in various places around the neighborhood and let the public vote on what the actual winner would be. If we, as a group, decided that we could have any one of them would be okay. And that was shocking to some people. And we started to get a lot of press about it, but Fremont was a little livelier place than it has become.
The Arts Council was small. We would meet at the Fremont Library, and I first got to know Barbara Lukey, first because she was just gorgeous, drop-dead gorgeous and smart, and she was the one that put together the grant for the troll, and she also became someone who I admire.
I was on the team that I met Barb Lukey working on the first Summer Solstice Parade and really enjoyed working with her, and she put a group of people together to write a grant to build some kind of public sculpture under the Aurora Bridge in Fremont. And she invited me to be part of that grant writing team. And so we wrote a grant for the Hall of Giants. That was a Department of Neighborhoods matching grant. And the city put in some money, and the community committed time and tools and materials to build a public artwork.
It's such a big, in terms of the work that we've done, it's so many more people have been influenced by it and seen it, and enjoyed it on some level. To make that many people happy is a great thing.